Hello, everyone. I'm Robin Graves, and this is the World According to Graves. Um, did a video about an hour ago. For some reason, nothing was working correctly. It's Friday the 13th. Nothing wants to work right. After research and everything that I'm about to talk about, God, I've been pissed. This stuff really, you know, it's stupid. I got about this much tolerance for stupid. In my age, I don't have enough time for anything, much less idiocy. Anyway, this week I want to talk to you about something that other friends groups are really interested in. Oh, by the way, I want to say hello to one of my scaly kids. This is Quincy. She's a white spider ball python. And they keep me calm. And believe me, I need one today. I want to talk about a little fringe element thing that's growing a little bit in popularity, mainly among millennials. Um, a lot of immigrants who are living off the government, because they don't want to try, they don't want to become American citizens, they don't want to learn to speak English. It's the Democrat Socialist Party. Now, if you guys notice in the news here recently, that little girl who was Hispanic or Puerto Rican or Cuban or I'm not for sure what she is, just won in New York, and she's a Democratic Socialist. That's a nice way of putting things. Putting it that she's a communist. Socialism and communism are pretty much the same. Socialism is a fantasy world, a utopia where everybody supposedly is equal. Socialism becomes communism when the government or law gets involved and forces you into it. I want you to go back into history a little bit. You can Google this if you want to. If you don't want to, hey, it's your fucking loss. I don't give a shit. I'm not doing your homework for you. I do enough work as it is for you. Adolf Hitler was a Democrat Socialist. Yes, children. We knew it was coming. We knew this was going to happen. All the people running around, Antifa, all the leftists who are running around, calling everybody Nazis and everything else, trying to shame you and to changing the way you think. Lenin did this with the original Communist Party. In fact, Trotsky is the one who invented the word racist to shame people into joining the Russian Socialist / Communist Party. That's historically valid. That is 1% true. You can argue with me all you want to. You can deny it all you want to. It does not change the truth as much as you guys want to do revisionist history. Now, the Democrat Socialists are a very interesting kind of people. Not because they're, in my opinion, decent folks. It's because, in my opinion, they're, interesting because they're such losers. Honestly, they have no sense of reality. There's three things that they have been bringing up quite a bit. They want to get rid of profits for all companies. They want to get rid of prisons because it lowers the dignity of the people in prison. We're going to get to that. And they want free education, free college education. Colleges to me, here in the past 5 years that I've been noticing, are pretty much useless. They're indoctrination points. Because a kid who doesn't even know what side of his bedroom smells the worst goes to a college. 6 months later, he thinks he's an expert on politics. He doesn't even know what day it is. But he could tell. He thinks he knows enough to tell you that you're wrong. You're all wrong. You're evil. You need to be socialist. Capitalism is evil. I'm not really a big fan of. I'm going to be honest with you. I fucking hate communism. I've seen what communism does. I grew up through the 80s to the Cold War, and I saw what communist Russia was like. I had to read about it and study it in high school. And honestly, man, you got this idea. We become socialists. Socialism has never been done this way before, according to them. Yes, it has. Socialism is socialism. It doesn't matter who or what you think you are. It's all the same. You're poor. Everybody else is poor. You work your ass off for nothing. You're poor. Everybody has nothing. You're poor. The only people making any money at it are The leaders. That's it. The people in the leaders of the government. They're the ones who make anything. You're eating lower grade food. You're having lower grade furniture. If you ever have any furniture, holy crap, man! Communist Russia was a wasteland and stuff. I want to bring this whole thing up about Venezuela, even though Democrat Socialists tell me I'm stupid for bringing that up. These are people who are so worried about the dignity of people, but they don't worry about calling you stupid if you disagree with them. Venezuela became socialist, and you saw what happened to it. Now they're praying for capitalism. They're praying for it. But you never see one of these socialists ever want to go there. They have this idea that it's a workers' utopia. It's everybody's equal. Yeah, they are equal, equally poor. They want to get rid of profits for companies. Let me ask you something. Look me in the face and answer me. If companies did make profits, would you have an iPhone? Would the internet work the way it does? Would you have your little iPad that you go and spout your propaganda on? No, you wouldn't. That's because companies make profits. Now let me explain human nature. You say that everybody has to work for a common good. If you work for their fellow man, that does not exist. Human beings work for one reason: to improve their status, improve their station in life, their means, be able to afford a better life. If you give it profits, companies are going to go under. Stuff, your little iPhones and your video games and your laptop and your everything, nothing to be made. You wouldn't have cable TV. You won't have satellite TV. Oh, you said, but I don't watch TV. Good. Good. I don't want you to. Leaves more for me to watch. I don't want you guys deciding what I want to watch just by my ratings. You guys are idiots. You don't let me call you an idiot. Quit being an idiot. Simple as that. Now let's talk about the lack of jails. Let's talk about the lack of jails. They don't want prisons because prisons destroy a person's dignity. What about the dignity that the criminal, the victim from the criminal? What about their dignity? What about their dignity? You don't answer that. You're trying to pull in felons and people who've been in prison to join your cause by saying this. And with the logic that you're talking about, no prisons, let's take that a little farther. Okay, how about no more cops on the roads, no more speed limits, no more stop signs, stop lights, nothing like that? Because as we all know, everybody on the road needs their dignity because they're licensed drivers. I live in Atlanta. Believe me, I know what these licensed drivers drive like. And it scares me every time I go on the road. Trust me. I think we need more cops on the road. We need more strict traffic laws. Keep everything in line. Ask any truck driver out there. Ask any truck driver out there. The person who I look up to, Mr. Kevin Miller, the guy who got me into doing this, will even tell you he's a truck driver now. He will even tell you that 90% of the drivers he sees are idiots. I think you need. I'm wondering how these people can get a license. But you don't want to. But you want to get rid of laws. You want to get rid of punishing people. What do you want to do? Stick them in a hospital and rehabilitate them? Some of these people are unrehabilitatable. You can't rehabilitate some of these people. Sex criminals, there is no rehabilitation, none. But we're going to rehabilitate murderers. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tell me another one. Now, the thing about colleges, this is what bothers me. A lot of these people who are social democrats got their indoctrination in colleges, getting stupid degrees such as a liberal arts degree. I'm not going to, in fact, I'll even narrow it down to even more. I know a few people who have got theater degrees. Yeah, do you know what the employment rate for a theater degree is? It's negligible. Same thing for set design for movies and plays and everything. There are people who never went to college and they're doing this now because they started in their basement or their garage. Fashion designers, getting a degree in fashion design. The thing is about these degrees like this, they're not doing you any good because something a college can't teach you. Talent, you have none. You're not going to be good at it. But you go and you spend $250,000 for a college degree that's useless. They don't pay very much. A psychology degree, unless you go to a med school, become a psychiatrist. A psychologist, they top out at around $60,000 a year. You think that's a lot of money? It's not. Not really. No. I know psychologists right now who are struggling financially. You want a theater degree? How much do you get paid for working in the theater? You're not going to become an actor. You're not that good if you have to go to college to learn to act. Yeah, you learn all the lines, you learn all the words, all the terms, get your movement down. But if you don't have the talent to deliver these lines correctly, no, you'll probably end up doing little B indie movies. Believe me, I was in three. I was in three movies, an extra in two, and actually was a supporting cast member of one. An indie movie. I got $700. That's how much you're going to make. I've got a background in performance myself. I was a professional wrestler for a lot of years. And believe me, you don't make as much as you think. Trust me. You go and you get a music degree. I'm a musician myself. I did tour with a band. One time I was on their album. I play bass. Well, bass and lead guitar. I'll tell you this much though. Unless you have talent, you're not going to do anything. And believe me, even then, you're not going to do anything. I got lucky and was hired into this band. I didn't help start it. I got hired into it because they were friends and they needed a bass player really bad. Now, unless you're going to go to a music degree, you're going to get a music degree. Great. What are you going to do? Teach in a grade school? Yeah. Okay, that's all you're going to do. You're going to be a freaking school teacher, get paid jack shit, be a member of a union maybe if it's a union state. You know how little teachers make? Believe me, they wouldn't be union if they were making decent money. So you got to go there. You got to teach a bunch of second graders what a chromatic scale in G minor is, when they can't even tell you what song's playing on the radio. Yeah, okay, good one. What you need to do is what needs to happen is drop the importance of universities and colleges and prop up trade schools. Believe me, do you know how much a plumber fucking makes? I know a plumber right now makes $90,000 a year, and he's not even that good of a plumber. The thing is everybody's got this idea they're going to go to college, they're going to get an inside job working inside in a corporate office where it's nice and air conditioned and cool, and not going to get dirty. They're going to make all kinds of money. No, that's not the way it works. Join a trade, learn a trade, do something. Be a builder, be a doer, be the guy who makes the building for these corporate assholes. You're the one in charge. Now, let's go on a little farther. Okay, a little bit more. The Socialist Democrat Party, they belittle anybody who doesn't believe the way they do. They will belittle you. They'll call you stupid. They've called people racist. They've called people capitalist pigs. I've seen it. I've sat there and watched these morons do this. This is the same thing that Ivan Trotsky did about the Communist Party, the same thing about what the Nazis did during Adolf Hitler was running for office before he became the Grand Poobah of Germany. It had nothing to do with killing of Jews until after he was elected. He was a social democrat, just like these people in New York are that voted this little girl in, who has no clue of what her job is, none, and they voted her in. And now they're doing the same thing that Adolf Hitler's voters did, his followers, belittling everybody who doesn't believe the way they do, making up things, just to make them look bad. I do animal rescue. Believe me, I'm a big animal advocate. I deal with a lot of presentations for reptiles, and I was actually seeing this one woman talking her ass off about how horrible President Trump is because he doesn't have a dog. So therefore, if he doesn't have a dog, this is the way they think. This is the way they think. Because he doesn't have a dog, he advocates animal abuse. Yeah. It's exactly what's going on. So, this has been going on for about 5 years that I've noticed. I guess I was clueless beforehand, or I was too busy, or I just didn't pay attention. I don't know. But I've noticed over the past 5 years, this has been picking up some steam here. And I'm not against the Democrats so much as I'm against the liberal agenda. I'm against the leaders so much more than I am the people who vote that way. Well, yeah, yeah, pretty much. Because their leaders will lie to a Democrat, and Democrat doesn't do their homework. They will believe anything they're told, by their Democratic leaders. But, I can't really say anything bad about that. I know a lot of Republicans that do the same thing. I'm neither Democrat or Republican. I don't care about parties. I'm not an independent because that's a party. I don't want to be a member of any political party. I've been described as a Reagan-esque libertarian, but then again, that's somebody else's opinion. I believe in voting for the person, not the party. I was never invited to the parties. But the thing is, here, let me explain a little bit without going off on tangents. The Social Democrats are using the Democrat Party to get themselves as a springboard for themselves. And the Democrats don't understand this. They don't realize this. They think, oh, they're Democrats too, so they're with us. There is no sides in this anymore. Okay, not like the way you think. Because they're using your party as a springboard doesn't mean they're on your side. Believe me, they are on no one's side but their own. And there are fringe elements, mainly of millennials and people who have immigrated to this country, who are one of two things. One, they're college students who don't even know their ass from a hole in the ground. Two, they live on some kind of social service. They're paid by the state to not work. These are the type of people that do this. They got too much time on their hands. And these are the mindset that these people have. The government's feeding me, the government's clothing me, the government's paying my rent, the government's doing this for me, the government's doing that for me. I want to be a socialist because this is what socialist governments do. Yeah, but they don't give you as much. Yeah, you take care about the state from cradle to grave. Yeah, but what about the quality of life in between? What people need to do is understand something. Capitalism itself rewards those who try. It rewards people who show exceptionalism, who have drive, who have ambition. And evidently these people have no talent, drive, or ambition for anything other than their own personal gratification. Capitalism, I'm not going to say is the only way to go, but it's the best thing we have going at the moment until something better comes along. No, socialism is not better. No, I will never say it is. I personally, my net worth is not as much as you think. Trust me on that. But I'm not going to sit here and say capitalism is bad. Now, the people who are in charge of capitalism, who use capitalism for their own agenda, much like the socialists do, they're the ones who are bad. They're the ones who are giving capitalism a bad name. I've heard people say, well, capitalism doesn't work. Maybe you should try socialism. Why doesn't it work? Why? Because you can't sit down and sit on your ass all day, and you got to go out and work for a living. That's the problem with a lot of these people that are all pro-socialist. They're not working. They want everything handed to them and given to them. They don't want to sit there and earn anything where it's theirs. They want it given to them. The world doesn't work that way. They want to sit there and blame you because you don't work for the common good. You don't want your fellow man to have this, that, and the other. I honestly can give a shit about my fellow man. I really don't care. If I don't know you, whatever. But I'm also the kind of person that if you want me, you gotta find me. If you need me, you can find me. It's that easy. But that doesn't mean I want to go give you, because I have 2 cars that I want to give you one of them. Because I have 3 of something in a collection doesn't mean that I want to give it away to you. I've had these people that want me to give and give and give. They never give it in return. And socialists won't either. Believe me, the only thing they're out for is to continue their worthless existence, living off the state. They think that we go socialist, that there's going to be free colleges. There will be no college professors. Why should they get up in the morning and deal with your stupid ass? They can stay in bed all day long and be paid by the state, paid welfare by the state. They're not worried about yourself, about their fellow man. I don't care what they say. You have to look at human nature. You have to look at the psychology of a human being before you even consider changing an entire country. Nobody wants to work for a living, but nobody wants to do without either. You can sit there, honestly, I've got more pride. Honestly, being as disabled as I am, heart problems, all kinds of health problems, I have more pride in myself than most of these socialists do. Yes, I'm fighting for disability, but I paid a fuckload into it, and I deserve it back. I'm not on welfare. I don't want to be on welfare. All I want is what I paid in. And if that's not enough, I'll have to make do. You know, everybody keeps telling me, well, you can make money back on taxes, so that's welfare itself. No, that's taxes we pay to the government. Taxes to the government is a loan, is a 0% loan, which they take advantage of. It's kind of illegal on the government side. But oh well, you know. The truth of the matter is that we're having to deal with another fringe element who was taken advantage of, who the right considers to be an enemy, the left. And the left is letting them take advantage of them. It's time somebody stands up and says, hey, look, we've had enough. Something's got to change. And honestly, you socialists out there who want everybody to change to suit you, maybe you need to worry about changing yourself. You guys take care of yourselves. Oh, by the way, before I leave, I have an update, and I'm excited about this. The last three broadcasts I've done, last three videos I've done, I've called out a certain individual by the name of a Reverend Joel Osteen, or as I call him, Mr. Osteen. I've emailed him. I've tried calling him, and there's no way to get through to him. You get some robot employee of his, some secretary or something. I got a phone call. I got a phone call yesterday, and I'm excited about this because Mr. Osteen, I'm in your head now. Threats were made by your side. You threatened me with a cease and desist. Go for it. Please, I want you to. You know why? Look in these eyes. The minute you do, your entire flock finds out what kind of person you are. I win. Mr. Osteen, I'm calling out again for the fourth time on video. Fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come out. I just want to talk to you right now on video. I want to ask you some questions. That's all. I think you're a phony. Prove me wrong. Anyway, children, this has been Robin Graves. This has been the World According to Graves. I hope I got somebody out here to think for once. I'll be back on next Friday for sure. Next Thursday is my birthday, but I'm not doing anything. I'll probably do some recording on that day. But it will be released on that Friday. You guys take care of yourselves and have a great time. Goodbye.